some are the cap cells. Okay, actually, juice pores are originated from cap cells. Each cap cells can produce the number of juice pore. So, spores. Juice spores, spores. Okay, mainly these are the spores are they can the round form is the beak-like structure. Okay, is beak-like structure especially is also called as the stephanocant juice spores. Stephanocant juice spores, especially the cell wall is absent in the juice spores. The outer structure of the cell wall is they cannot see in the juice spores. Okay, mainly the juice spores, end of the juice spores, they can covered by the some of the corona cells. Some of the corona cells, mainly the coronal cells, they can form the stephanocant juice spores. In stephanocant juice spores are the juice spores are they can containing the eye spots. Next one, pyramid. Sorry, pyrenites. Okay, the all type of the special juice spore, stephanocant of juice spore. In in Idogonium, asexual reproduction is the main important is the can form the stephanocant juice spores. These are the stephanocant juice spores are the multiplazillate juice spore. Okay, multiplazillate juice spores. These are the juice spores also. The colorless. Mainly, these are the form to the colorless. Okay, colorless. Next one is the what type of especially the juice spore the structure is the pear shaped, uninucleate, and multiplazillate. The color is the colorless, especially deep green color. Okay, deep green color. At the same time, what type of the chloroplast they contain the Edogonium juice spores, mainly reticulate type of the chloroplast. These are the very important. See, this is in the internal part, they can see the some of the reticulate. Chloroplasts are the reticulate. Okay, pyrenites, reticulates, and the oogonium. Oogonium cells are the contain the egg cell, apical cells. Okay, upper portion is they can see the antheridium. The cell wall especially they can form the cellulose. Okay, apical cells. Okay, these are the asexual reproduction part. Okay, asexual reproduction of Pedagonium. Mainly, what type of the asexual reproduction parts, especially Stephanocant type of the juice spores. Stephanocant of the juice spores. Okay, Stephanocant of juice spores. Okay. Next one, sexual reproduction. These are the very important. This type of the sexual reproduction is the you can see in the advanced sexual reproduction. Ugamus type. What are the advanced, especially these are the Ugamus type. Ugamus type of the sexual reproduction in the in Edogonium. Highly advanced Ugamus type. Antheridium are the Antheridium, Ugonium are the male and female reproductive organs respectively. Please mute the all cell phones. Vaishnavi, MD Samirin, Yashwant, Shiva Parvati. Okay. The sexual reproduction is the highly advanced Ugamus type. Actually, Antheridium and Ugonia are the male female reproductive organs respectively. The species may be some are the dioecious, some are the monoecious. Actually, the genus can be differentiated into the Macandrus species and Nanandrus species. Macandrus species and Nanandrus species. Macandrus species are the naturally is the dioecious. Okay, Macandrus species are the dioecious, especially Macandrus species. Antheridium develop in filamentous of normal size and structure. Mana is most of the some are the dioecious species, some are the mono species. Nanandrous species mainly these are the Nanandrous species that they can act the dimorphism. Another species are they can exhibit the dimorphism and usually observe the dioecious species. Okay, here the antheridia developed in the special highly reduced branches, especially are the dwarf male filamentous. Okay, dwarf male filamentor, especially male filaments and grow attached to oogonia or poultry cells. The poultry cells or supporter cells are supporting cells. Okay, especially branches is also called as the dwarf male filament. It's also called as Anandria, Macandra species, and Nanandra species. Macandra species are the
Sir, voice is not clear, sir.
okay, voice is not clear.
Yes, sir.
Some are the aspirants are
Sound is
the
coming, sir. Some other.
yes. Mute your cell phones. Okay, these are the Macandra species and Nanandra species. Actually, Nanandra species are the they can act the dimorphism. These are the very important. Okay, and at the same some are the branches are referred to the dwarf male filaments is also called as Nanandria. Okay, see the reproduction, sexual reproduction, Macandra sperms and Nanandra sperm. Especially in sexual reproduction is the Macandra sperm development of antheridia. Antheridia may be development in terminal and intercalary position. Antheridia may be terminal or intercalary position. The development of the normal filaments, especially the stems are the either green or yellow in color, either green or yellow in color, and these are the multiflagellated, resembles the juice spores in all aspects. Compared the juice spore stems much smaller in size. We have the some few flagella. The sperms are the liberated in the same manner as the juice spores, especially these are the liberated from the osteole. Okay, osteole okay, means mainly liberated from the juice, mainly liberated in the same manner of the juice spores. Okay, and development of the Macandra species, development of the Oogonia, especially Oogonium also they can develop the terminal or intercalary position, terminal or intercalary position mainly and the oogonial cells initially divides the transfer section upper cell and lower cell. Upper cell is also called as oogonium. Lower cell is also called as supportary cells or supporting cells. Supporter cells or supporter cells. Especially this type of the sexual reproduction they can see in the Macandra species. Upper cells oogonium, lower cell supportary or supporting cells. 1 minute. Okay. My voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, upper cell is also called as zoogonium. Lower cell is also called as supportary and supporting cell. Actually, the oogonium is the round and spherical structure. Actually, oogonium is the big size cell. Oogonium is the female reproductive organ. Oogonium. Antheridium is the male reproductive organ. Okay. Especially these are the you can see in the Macandra species. Okay. Mainly these are the mainly what are the mediator, especially swim of the multiflagellate juice spores are they can fuse with the egg cell. Okay, and at the same time they can form the number of cells. These are the oogamous type, the advanced type of the sexual reproduction they can see in oogamous type. Okay, oogamous type. These are the sexual reproduction of the Macandra species. At the same time, reproduction in the Nanandra species. Actually, Nanandra species that they can act the dimorphism, exhibit the dimorphism. Okay, same. Some especially the male filaments develop from the specialized cells is also called as androsporangia. The male filaments develop from the specialized cells is also called as Androsporangia. Each androsporangium gives rise to androspore. Each androsporangia gives rise to androspore. Both androsporangia, and oogonia develop from the same filament. The term is also called as gynandrosporous. Gynandrosporous mean both female and the male reproductive organ, they can see in the only single, okay, single filament is also called as gynandrosporous. Either male reproductive androsporangia or oogonia, only single filament is also called as, if the are born in the separate filaments, the single same filament is also called as the gynandrosporous. Next one, some of the, if the some are the born and separate filament is also called as idiandrosporous. Gynandrosporous and idiandrosporous. Okay, mainly in annual examination point of view, how to identify the in cap cells are there containing the idogonium. Next one, a stephanocon type of the juice pores are also available in the juice pores of the idogonium, supporting cells. And next one is the supportory cells. Okay, and dwarf male is also called as nanandria, especially this type of that you can see in the nanandrous species. Nanandrous species. Okay, same at the same time, same male reproductive organs are the multiplazellate. These are the mechandrous form structure mode of the liberation, same where the in water where the swim freely, it will come to the oogonium. The structure of the development oogonium just the same mechandrous and another species, same the both. In fertilization process, antheridozoites enter into the oogonium through the respect of the spots and the fertilized with the egg form oospore. Mainly these are the oospores, especially the secret is the three-layered wall stores. Food material becomes the dormant. Especially most of the life cycle is the aplantic life cycle. Okay, most of the dominant is the aplantic life cycle, X stage. Okay, these are the idogonium. Idogonium mainly these are the uh, uh, mainly aplantic life cycle. And the main important characters of idogonium: cap cells, supporting cells, stephanocont of juice pores, macandrous species, nanandrous species, life nanandria. Nanandria is also called as dwarf male reproductive organs. Is also called as nanandria. Okay. Finally, the what are the type of the life cycle, especially in life cycle is the mainly aplantic life cycle. Okay, aplantic life cycle. Okay, next one is the how to what are the main important characters of the in idogonium. Idogonium, what are the important characters? Cap cells, especially cell wall is the cell wall formation in the the abnormal conditions. Okay, and next one is the multiplazellate juice pores, the stephanocont of juice pores. Next one, nanandria, nanandria. Next one, multiplazellates male gametes. Next one, oogonia is the complex formation. The complex form to the oogonia. Complex form of the oogonia. These are the main important characters of the in oogonium. Okay. Next one, sargassum. According to our syllabus, especially we discuss the life cycle of. Okay, only we are discussing of the life cycle of the chlorophyce. Example is the idogonium. Eophyce example is the sargassum. Rhodophyce example is the polysiphonium. Okay, okay, sargassum. What are the Phaeophyce is the most of the sargassum is the brown algae. Okay, brown algae is also called as the seaweeds. Seaweeds. Mainly sargassum is also called as another name, gulf feed. Gulf feed. Main for example, we will discuss the first in the general characters of the Phaeophyce members. Phaeophyce are the most of the they can live in the marine condition. Is also called as the seaweeds. Next one, kelps. Okay, seaweeds and kelps. Next one is the what are the photosynthetic pigments? Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, beta carotene, fucoxanthin. Okay, these are the thallus is the brown color. Is also called as the brown algae. Pheo mean brown. Okay. What are the reserve food materials of the Phaeophycean members? Mannitol, next one laminarian. Okay, mannitol and laminarian. Next one is the cell wall is made of the alginic acid, fuconic acid, and alginic acid. These are the very important. Actually, Phaeophycean members are the cell wall is made of the alginic acid, fuconic acid. Next one is the flagella. Two different types of the flagella they can see in some of the Phaeophycean members, heterocon type. Next one, some are the colorless vascicles is known as the eucusine vascicles. Okay, chromatophores are the discoid shape. Chromatophores are discoid shape. Some are the golden brown in color. The life cycle is especially dimorphic or isomorphic alteration generation. Okay, these are the general characters of the Phaeophycean members. Actually, most of the habitat, the Phaeophycean members, most of the marine condition, these are the found in the some of the Arctic and Antarctic region also. Okay, Arctic and Antarctic, especially mainly these are the South Atlantic. In South Atlantic, especially South Atlantic Sea, especially, like a number of sargassum also, mainly they can floating up the number of sargassum. Sargassum Atlantic Ocean west of the Africa, while is known as the Sargasso Sea. Sargasso Sea, especially Atlantic, especially South Atlantic. South Atlantic Sea is also called as the Sargasso Sea. Most of the species of the class are commercially cultivated the food crops. In China and in Japan, laminaria species are the they can use for the food crops, especially. Okay, next one. Okay, Sargasso Sea. Sargassum is also called as the Sargasso Sea and the Gulf feed. Actually, what are the structure of the morphology of the thallus organization is the mainly multi, especially thallus is the multi, especially multi-branched. Some are the thallus, especially they can see in the whole flask. Actually, rhizobium, sargassum, especially, you show the sargassum. No, these are the sargassum. Actually, they can divide the rhizoids and leaves and stem. Okay, some are the air bladders. These are the ball-like structure is also called as the air bladders. What are the importance of the air bladders? These are the floating nature of the in sea, especially. These are the characteristics of the floating nature. Okay, at the same time, the especially what are the importance of the is air bladder? Air bladder is especially floating nature. And next one, these are the leaves are the leaves. Next one is the another important is the concepticales. Concepticales, especially concepticle is the reproductive parts. Concepticle is the reproductive parts. Next one is the concepticle, especially what are the concepticles? The structure is the flask shape. Concepticle structure is the flask shape. At the same time, they can see the some are the in basal structure and whole flask structure. They can some are the containing the stolons. The mainly what are the importance of the stolons? These are the mainly the stolons attaching of the in especially the mud, especially in sea. Okay, the mainly is the anatomy of the leaf. Anatomy of the leaf, especially the three parts of the leaf, especially outer outer epidermis, especially middle cortex, and next one is the internal pith, especially. Okay, the outer epidermis, they are containing the number of chloroplasts. They're the chloroplasts. What are the importance of the chloroplasts? They're the mainly the photosynthetic purpose. Okay, the photosynthetic purpose. And next one is the some are the reserve food materials also they can see in pith regions. Okay, these are the actually these are the one of the advanced characters in phaeophytes members. The phaeophytes members are the they can differentiate the roots. Roots are the rhizoids and leaves and stem. The stem anatomical structure also they can see in the one mainly outer. These are the three different outer epidermis. Okay, next one middle cortex and next one internal and pith regions. These are the important characters, the highly advanced characters they can see in the phaeophytes members. Okay, and next one reproduction. See the reproduction. Reproduction. Brown algae. Okay, these are the reproduction. Especially, what are the reproductive organ concepticals? Okay, reproduction. Especially, asexual reproduction is totally absent in Phaeophytes sargassum. Only we discuss the life cycle of the sargassum. Asexual reproduction is totally absent. The vegetative reproduction is the they can see in the some are the fragmentation. They can form the fragments. Next one is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the some are the sargassum species, the monoecious and dioecious species. Especially sexual reproductive parts. These are the mainly the structure is the flask shape structure is the concepticals. Concepticals. Next one is the male reproductive organ. The female reproductive organs are the they can dioecious species. Most of the dioecious species. Some are the monoecious species. What are the conceptical structure? Especially conceptical structure of the see one minute. Conceptical structure of the conceptical, especially the round like structure. Especially are the flask structure. The outer part is the ostiole, and the same ostiole is the what are the importance of the ostiole? These are the one pore like structures, especially some are the antheridiogyads are that they can transport evaporate transport the paraphyes also they can see in the some are the paraphyes like some are the paraphysis. Next one is the concept wall, especially is made of the alginic acid. Says the same. The phaeophytes members of the cell wall is made of the alginic acid. The basal meristem is the what are the importance of the basal meristem is the supporting purpose. Okay, osteoles are the they can these are the some of the mainly antheridiogyads, especially they can transport the osteal parts out. Osteal is like the mouth like structures. Okay, they're the mouth like structures. Next one, the male reproductive organ antheridium 4, especially mainly in antheridio4s are the what are the structure of the antheridio4s are the round like structure, especially ovule like structure, uniseriate. Next one is the some of the actually in androspores, especially 64 is multiplacellates. Multiplacellates 64 androspires are they can form in sexual male reproductive organs. Okay, what are the um, androcytes? Especially the structure is the pear-shaped structure. Pear-shaped structure. At the same time, some of the androspores are there containing the nucellus, the big size of the nucellus. Big size of the nucellus. Next one is the archegoniophore, antheridium and archegoniophore. Archegoniophore is especially is the sessile, especially is the sessile type, especially mainly the structure is the antheridium, especially big size is the concepticals. Next one is the actually three some of the mitotic region they can form the 8 cells. In 8 cells, the 7 cells are the disappear. Only single cell, the single cells they can convert the egg cells. Okay, only the 3 mitotic division they can form the 8 cells. The 7 cells are the disappear. Only single cells they can act the uh, egg cell. Okay, what are the fertilization processes? Fertilization process and fertilization is the ugamus type. Okay, especially the osteal, the male reproductive androgytes are the liberated. Androgytes are liberated in the osteal part, especially. Okay, the androgytes are the swim with water. Mainly, they can fuse. They can form the zygote. Zygote, especially zygote formation. Uh, some are the cryptoblasts. Next one is the mainly osteal cryptoblast. Mainly in what type of the life cycle they can see in the inferior sargassum. Tricho mainly are the alternate life cycle. Mainly is that they can see in the alternate life cycle. Okay, for example, see these are the life cycle of the diagram is the life cycle of the Phaeophysis sargassum. The first one is the fermentation, also vegetative reproduction. Sargassum plant body is the 2x. The 2x especially they can form the female concepticles and the male concepticles. Female concepticles they can form the oogonium. Male concepticle they can form the antheridium. In meiosis, they can form the antheridozytes and egg cells. These are the eggs. These are the next one fertilization process. They can form the zygote. Zygote they can generate the they can form the sargassum plant body. These are the mainly alternation life cycles. Okay, aplontic life cycle and diplontic life cycle. That alternation, especially isomorphic alternation life cycle. Isomorphic alternate life cycles, especially they can see in the in in sargassum. Okay, what are the main important characters? What are the important characters of the in sargassum? In sargassum, especially, mainly are the what are the importance of the Phaeophysis members also? And they can use they can use for the alginic acid and alginates also. They can use for the economic very importance of the mainly some are the terpenes, different types of the colors they can form the alginic acid. Especially these are the they can use for the food in some of the China and Japanese countries. Especially mainly these are they can use for the some of the manures. Okay, manures. Next one cattle feed also. These are the sargassum. Main alginic acid, concepticales. What are the main importance of the sargassum? Concepticales. Next one is the alginic acids. Next one is the alternative life cycles. Okay, alternative life cycles. Next one is the okay, these are the actually these are the macroscopic algae. Most of the Phaeophysi members are the macroscopic. See this one page number 101 approximate. I don't know exactly. The sargassum plant is the whole flask. Okay, whole flask. Next one is the leaves are the they can see in the blade, air bladder leaves. Leaves are the very big size. Actually, most of the Phaeophysi members are the macroscopic algae. Macro mean visible. Okay, example is the fucus, sargassum, gillardium, sargassum. Okay, ectocarpus. Is all are the macroscopic algae. Actually, most of the Phaeophysi members are the habitat is the marine conditions. Okay, marine conditions. These are the importance of the Phaeophysi life cycle of the sargassum. Sargassum of the life cycle. Next one is the rhodophysi. Next one, rhodophysi members. Okay, next one is the Polysyphonia. Okay, Polysyphonia belongs to the rhodophysi. What are the general characteristics of the rhodophysi? Majority of the species are the marine habitat. Next one, thallus filaments are the pseudoparenchymatous or parenchymatous nature. Chromatophores are the simple organization, single thylakoids. Next one, especially in photosynthetic pigments also, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll D, R-phycocyanin, and R-phycoerythrin, beta carotene. Next one is the pigments exhibit the chromatic adaptation. What are the reserve food? Actually, in phaeophyce members are the reserve food materials the mannitol and laminaria. Laminaria, main in rhodophyce members are the reserve food materials are the Floridian starch. Okay, Floridian starch. Next one is the mainly the presence of the polysaccharide sulfates in cell walls. These are the very important. Mainly in rhodophyce members are the presence of the polysaccharide sulfates in the cell wall. Polysaccharide cells are present in the cell wall. Plus plasmodesmate also they can see in between the vegetative cells. Sexual reproduction is the oogamous type. Okay, oogamous type. Non-motile naked male gametes are the production of the sexual reproduction. Non-motile naked male gametes, especially diploaplantic and diplobiontic life cycle. In Polysiphonia, they can see in the diploaplantic life cycle. Diploaplantic, diploaplantic life cycle. These are the general characteristics of the rhodophyce. Rhodophyce mean red color. Rhodo mean red color. Most of the algal members are the they can live in marine conditions. Okay. Rhodophyce, Polysiphonia. Polysiphonia mean many. Siphons mean tubes. Many siphons. Okay, many siphons. Especially the class is the Ceramiales. Class is the Ceramiales. Family is the Rhodomeliaceae. Family is the Rhodomeliaceae. Okay. The Polysiphon is the common, is also called as red algae. Especially they can see in the sea coast. Sea coast. What are the thallus structure? Mainly thallus structure is the Polysiphonia is the derives likely body structure siphons, number of siphons, especially around the central siphon, 4 to 25 pericentral siphons are present. 4 to 24 perisiphons. Next one is the mainly the especially many polysiphonia mean they are containing the many siphons. Okay, the thallus is the beer trichoblast type. The upright, especially thallus, is the trichoblast. Tricho mean three. Trichoblast, especially mainly the upright thallus is the erect thallus possesses two types of the branches. One is the long branches of unlimited growth. Unlimited growth means the continuous growth. Okay, unlimited growth and short branches, long branches of the unlimited growth and short branches of the limited growth. These are trichoblast, also called trichoblast. Okay, reproductive structures are the especially developed on the trichoblast. Especially short branches are bearing the reproductive parts, reproductive structures. Okay, short branches also called as the trichoblast. Long branches of the unlimited growth, short branches or limited growth, trichoblast. Okay, the reproductive structure especially develop from the trichoblast. What are the trichoblast? Short branches. Short branches is the trichoblast. See, for example, see this one is the siphons, number of siphons. These are the polysiphonia. The structure of the polysiphonia, they can contain the number of siphons. Especially these are the two types of the branches. One is the unlimited, long branches of unlimited growth and short branches of limited growth. Limited, especially limited growth, short branches bearing the reproductive parts, sexual reproductive parts. Okay. Next ones are the thallus, structure of the thallus. Next one, the reserve food is already we discussed the Floridian starch. Floridian starch, especially the cells are the interconnected with by pit connections. They are the mainly pit. The cell wall is differentiated the outer pectic and inner cellulose layer. Okay. In sargassum is the cell wall is made of the alginic acid and the fuconic acid. They are very important. And the production, polysiphonia is the dioecious. Polysiphonia is the Dioecious. 1 minute. Structure of thallus. Okay. Okay. Next one is the mainly polysiphon is the dioecious. Especially reproductive organs are present on the trichoblast. Trichoblast means short branches. These are the limited growth branches. Especially in limited growth branches bearing the reproductive organs. Okay. Reproductive organs. Especially in polysiphon life cycle is the you can see in the three distinct phases. Three distinct phases they are observed. One is the gametophyte, is X stage. Coprosporophyte is the 2x stage. Tetrasporophyte is also 2x stage. One is the X stage, gametophytic stage. Another one is the diploidic stage, caprosporophyte and tetrasporophyte. Okay, I will discuss each and everything. Among the gametophyte is the applied stage and is bearing the sex organs. Okay, caprophyte and tetrasporophyte show the diploid condition. Caprophyte and caprosporophyte and tetrasporophyte showing the diploid condition. Male sex organs also is also called as antheridia. Another name is the spermatangia. Okay, in our annual examination point of view, what is spermatangia? Especially they can see in what classes in rhodophysi members. Spermatangia. Okay, and especially these are the spermatangia develop in the group of the fetal trichoblast of the male thallus. Spermatangium is equal to male reproductive organs. I will explain the spermatangia. Okay. Okay, this is the life cycle of the polysiphonia. Poly mean many siphons. Okay. Structure of spermatangium. These are the uninucleate, unicellular. These are the shape is the oblong shape. Especially protoplast of the spermatangium forms the non-motile unicellular spherical spermatatium. Okay. Actually, in introduction part, we will discuss the non-motile. What are the types of non-motile male gametes? Non-motile unicellular spherical spermatatium. Okay. These are the mainly they can see in the fertile axis male thallus. Their penetral stage. Actually, is spermatangial mother cell divide for the form of the 2 to 4 spermatangia. 2 to 4 spermatangia. The spermatangium is liberated through the narrow silt form of the tip of the spermatangium. Is there the like to the osteole, especially is you see the in sargassum osteoles also, especially liberated. The spermatatium is liberated through the narrow silt of the tip of the spermatangium. Okay. Next one is the male reproductive organ is the spermatangium. Female reproductive organ is also called as carpagonia. This carpagonia, what are the structure? What are the shape? This is the flask shape structure. Okay, flask shape carpagonia. Okay, that is also the development of the fetal trichoblast. Carpagonias are born apex of the 4 to 5 called carpagonial filamentous or procar. Carpagonial filamentous or procar. Okay, procar. And next one, mainly 3 to 4 cells below the mother function as the supporting cells. Supporting cells. Mainly, the carpagonium shows the basal swollen portion with egg nucleus and the long slender trichogamy. Long slender trichogamy. Next one is fertilization process. In fertilization process, the spermatia gets attached to the trichogony. Spermatia attached to the trichogony. Mainly, the trichogony is a spermatozoa trichogony infused with the egg nucleus. Trichogony fused with the egg nucleus. They can form the zygote. Post post fertilization changes, and next one is the after especially especially in post fertilization changes. mainly the carposporophyte from the supporting of the carpogonium. Okay, carpogonium and the carpospores. The carpogonium mainly the diploid zygotic nucleus divided the mitotically into two daughter nuclei. One of the one of them remain within the carpogonium, other passes the axillary cell. Okay, axillary cell. The upper side of the supporting cells and gonium blasts are developed. The terminal cell of the gonial blast filamentous become the is are the pear shaped, is also called carpogonium. Carpogonium is the especially um, they are containing the diploid carpospores. The carpogonium develops a single diploid carpospores. Uh, Carpogonium are salsa with gonioblast filaments and placental cells get enclosed within the sheath vegetative applies. Mainly are the called as the cystocarp or caprosporophyte. Mainly are the especially the shape is the carposporangia with gonioblast filaments and placental cell gets enclosed within the sheath. The vegetative applied filamentous that forms the unshaped body is also called as cystocarp. Okay, cystocarp or carposporophyte, cystocarp or carposporophyte. Mainly, part of the applied is the pericarp, and other diploid is the gonioblast filamentous, cystocarp. Next one is the tetrasporophyte, especially mainly is the three gametophytic stage, coprosporophyte, and tetrasporic. Mainly is the diploantic, mainly the diploantic aplantic life cycle. Aplantic life cycle. Tetraspores also carpospores are germinates from the tetraspore, which are the diploid stage. Okay, tetraspores are the diploid stage condition. Okay, next one. Mainly, what are the life cycle of the, for example, especially uh, the female gametophyte and the male gametophyte. See, these are the male gametophyte and the female gametophyte. Male gametophyte is there contain the branch bearing of the carpogonium. Okay, mainly in the female gametophyte is the spermatogenial clusters 2n. Okay, spermatia, and next one is the both are the sexual union. They can form the zygote. Zygotes are they can the carposporangia or carpospore. The development the carpospores are they can form the carpospores. Carpospores in meiosis form they can form the tetraspores. Okay, the tetraspores are they can form the male and female reproductive organ. Mainly gametophytic, and next one is the carposporophyte and tetrasporic. Okay, the life cycle is the termed as the diploid phases. Two diploid phases alternate with the applied phase. The life cycle is termed as the diplobiontic life cycle. Diplobiontic life cycle. Okay, see diplo. Okay, mainly diplobiontic life cycle. In an animal examination point of view, in polycyponia, they are containing the what type of the life cycle? Diplobiontic life cycle. These are the life cycle of rhodophysi. Life cycle of the rhodophysi, especially what are the main distinction characteristics of the life cycle of the polycyponia? Thallus is heterorhizous. The red algae grows in the brackish waters. The erect system of the polycyponous type. Mainly, they are containing the R-phycoerythrin and R-phycocyanin pigments present in the chromatophores. Pionites are the absent. Reserve food is the Floridian starch. Okay. Next one is the cells are thallus are the interconnected by the fit connection. Already it is the plasmodesmata. One cell connected with the another cells, especially mainly that is from the plasmodesmatas. Okay. Plasmodesmata. Okay, plasmodesmata. And the sexual reproduction is the highly advanced oogamous type. The sexual reproduction is the highly advanced oogamous type. The male reproductive structure is spermatozoa. The female reproductive structure are the carpogonia. These are the very important. Male reproductive structure is also called as the spermatozoa in polycyphonia. The female reproductive structure is also called as carpogonia in polycyphonia. Okay. The spermatium develops in the spermatozoa.
and eggs are developed in the carpogonia. Spermatium develops from the spermatogenesis, eggs develops in the carpogonia. After fertilization, diploid daughter nuclei migrates into the special axillary cells. Mainly axillary cells, gonioblast filaments are so developed in polysiphonia. Carpogonia, along with the stalk cells, is also coprosporophyte. The carpospores give rise to the tetrasporophyte. Carpospores give rise to actually first one is the gametophyte. Gametophyte gives rise to the carposporophyte. Carposporophyte gives rise to the tetrasporophyte. Tetrasporophytes undergo the meiosis. They can form the 4 tetraspores. Okay, how many tetraspores form? 4 tetraspores. Mainly, these are the applied tetraspores germinate from the gametophyte. These are the life cycle, especially um, male male is the tetrad sporangia. Tetraspores are the applied stage. They can form the male female plants. Male one is the carpospores, then the male trichoblast. Male trichoblast is they can form the carpospores. Female reproductive plants are they can form the carpospores. The female gametophyte and the carpospores they can form zygote. Zygote is the 2x stage. Gonial blast filament and the carpogonium. Carpospores and the tetraspores are the diploid stage. Okay, mainly in Phallicypon, what type of the life cycle is in the diplobiontic life cycle? Diplobiontic life cycle. The life cycle of the Phallicypon is the diplobiontic life cycle. This is the Phallicyponia. Okay, what are the main importance of the rhodophysi members, especially agar agar. Agar agar is derived from the red algae, Gillardium and Gracilaria. Okay, some of the Phaeophysi members are the Rhodophysi members are they can use for the uh, Porifera. Porifera also they can use for the cattle feed. Next one, these are the some of the they can use for the some of the manures, fertilizers. Okay, these are the important of Rhodophysi members. Okay, this is the life cycle of Polysiphonia. Any doubt?
Sir, explain once again, sir. Reproduction in sargassum.
Especially in sargassum, vegetative reproduction fragmentation. Okay. Next one is the concepticales, especially in sargassum concepticales. Concepticales is the reproductive organs. Concepticales. Mainly, some of the species are the dioecious, some of the species are the monoecious. Mainly, dioecious species and monoecious species they're containing the male reproductive organs is the antheridiogeids. Okay, female reproductive organs is the oogonia. Antheridios is multiplazellate antheridiogeids. Especially approximately the multiplazellate, approximately 64 plazellates they're containing the in sargassum. Mainly is that the structure is the pear shaped. Okay, is the oogamous type. Actually, oogamous type. What is the meaning of the oogamous type? The male reproductive organs they can attach with the egg cell. This is the oogamous type. These are the advanced type of the sexual reproduction. Okay, male in the osteoles. They contain the osteoles. Osteoles is the liberated the some are the androspores. Okay, androspores are the egg stage. Okay, these are the mainly isomorphic alteration life cycles. Isomorphic alternative cycle they can see in the alternative life cycle. Isomorphic alternate life cycle they can see in sargassum. Sargassum most is also called as gulf feed. Next one is the most of the Phaeophysi members are the seaweeds and kelps. Okay, these are the most of the macroscopic algae. So these are the sargassum. In rhodophysi, mainly in rhodophysi members are the mainly what are the important characters of the in polycyphon many siphons. Next one, reproductive organs also sexual reproduction the advanced oogamous type. Okay, mainly there this in the three types of the mainly reproduction cycle, mainly three phases, distinct phases. One is the gametophyte, caprosporophyte, tetrasporophyte. Gametophyte is the X stage, caprospore applied stage, caprosporophyte is the diploid stage, tetraspore also diploid stage. The life cycle is the diplobiontic life cycle. Main dominant is the biotic life cycle. Carposporangium. Another important is the carposporangium, spermatogenium. Spermatogenium is the male reproductive organ. Carposporangium is the female reproductive organ. These are the important of the some are the rhodophysi members. Rhodophysi is mainly our reserve food mate is the Floridian starch, and the next one is the flagella also is the absent. Most of the rhodophysi members are the flagella. What are the common characters of the phaeophysi and rhodophysi? The both are the marine algae. Okay, the reproduction is the oogamous. Sexual reproduction is the special advanced character type of the reproduction, oogamous type. At the same time, some are the special characters of the sexual reproduction parts. Concepticales in phaeophysi, in rhodophysi, spermatogenium, harpagonium, different types. Okay, these are the major difference between the phaeophysi and rhodophysi. Example: rhodophysi, batrachospermum, polysiphonia, okay, and porifera. Sorry, pyropera. Sorry, pyropera. These are the rhodophysi member. In phaeophysi, sargassum, ectocarpus, fucus. The fucus members are the most of the macroscopic algae. Okay, this is the life cycle of the rhodophysi, phaeophysi, and chlorophysi. Okay, the class is over. Next class we will discuss the lichens and general characters of the fungi. Okay, any doubt? Okay, thank you.
Sir, can we have your number, sir?
My number 970
970
30
30
98 922
98, sir.
922. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, once again.
970 30 98 922.
Number ever.